My name is Zoe Rosal. I'm a radio DJ from Magic 89.9, and I'm also the creative and content manager for Great Place to Work Philippines. I'm very proud to be hosting this masterclass for today. Okay, so in this masterclass, you'll be learning about how DHL Express has consistently maintained their status as a leading best workplace, with careful attention to the role their leaders play in creating an organization that employees can trust. Now, a couple of reminders for the event. Please be polite, mics off, camera off. We encourage you to take notes for our quick Q&A session after the class, and a recording of this webinar will be sent to your inboxes. So in case you have some colleagues, some managers or leaders that you know who can't make it right now, don't worry, we'll be sending you a recording of the class. Now, just in case this is your first time attending one of our events, Great Place to Work is the global authority on workplace culture. Our mission is to build a better world by helping organizations become great places to work for all. In 2021, I'm proud to share that we recognized 80 companies in the Philippines as Great Place to Work certified organizations, and we're only in our third year in the country. But what is it exactly that we do? So in order to certify our clients, we use Emprising. It's our powerful employee survey software designed to make it easy for you to survey your employees and gain actionable insight to improving your workplace. We're talking about data that you can actually understand, and there's no more guessing about how your employees feel. So the reason why I'm mentioning all of these is because it's why DHL Express trusts Great Place to Work. And it's how we've identified them not only as a high trust workplace, but also as one of the best workplaces in the country. If you wish to learn more about our certification program, make sure to stay tuned until the end of this masterclass. Now, some information about our masterclass partner for today. DHL Express is the leading global brand in the logistics industry with an unrivaled portfolio of logistics services ranging from national and international parcels delivery, e-commerce shipping and fulfillment solutions, international express road, air, and ocean transport to industrial supply chain and management. Teaching today's class is none other than Nigel Lockett, country manager for DHL Express Philippines. With 26 years of experience in the big yellow machine, Nigel has a solid understanding of the company culture and leadership style that embodies respect and results. Nigel has also served in several ASEAN countries, thus giving him a broader view of DHL's operations for the region. Moderating the conversation is none other than managing partner for Great Place to Work Philippines, Tony Mendoza Talosig. Tony is also a principal consultant for Great Place to Work ASEAN and has worked in partnership with Singapore government agencies, SMEs, MNCs, and a few Fortune 100 companies across industries and geographies. And this is how she gained extensive knowledge in creating better employee experiences for her clients. Now, we've got two fantastic speakers with us today, and we hope you enjoy this masterclass. And I'm proud to pass it on to you now, Tony and Nigel. Feel free to begin.
Thank you, Zoe. Welcome, everyone. For those of you who are joining us for the second time, I'm very happy to see you again. Nigel, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks very much, Tony, and good afternoon, everybody.
I am very excited about this session because, the question, what makes DHL Express the #1 best workplace in the Philippines, Asia, and the world? I lost count how many times I've been asked about that question. Clients ask us about it, people who follow Great Place to Work, and even my family and friends. But honestly, Nigel, I find it, it's not really that difficult to answer that question because the numbers speak for itself. Like what you're seeing on the screen, according to Great Place to Work Trust Index survey results, 99%, that's like almost every one of your employees at DHL Express is saying that DHL Express is a great place to work. And if you look at those numbers, it's all 100%. 100% of your employees are saying that they're given the resources and equipment that they need. They felt welcome when they joined the company. They feel safe there, which is very important. 100% say that you guys celebrate special events. This is very important for Filipinos. And 100% also say that management is competent at running the business. There are many Great Place to Work certified companies worldwide. And in the Philippines, we have 25 companies that are named the best workplaces in the country. But not many have employees who consistently experience and unanimously say that their company is a great workplace like DHL Express. So before we move on to your much awaited response to that question, Nigel, I'm curious, how does it feel to not only work for, but also to lead the #1 best workplace in the Philippines. What does this mean to you personally and to your employees?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Tony, for the question. Yeah, I mean, no doubt it gives us a great sense of pride to be recognised as the #1 best workplace in the Philippines under the large category. I think it clearly demonstrates that we've been doing the right thing for our people, and it's effective and appreciated. We believe that our people are our differentiator, and it's because of their dedication and commitment that we once again have been recognised as a great place to work. Even during the virtual reveal, I know all of our functions were anticipating and watching. There was such an excitement within the organisation, excuse me, and a memorable experience. And we're immensely grateful for a great place to work for such a recognition. Personally, I feel a real sense of pride and recognition. A special thanks goes out to my leadership team. Many of you are on the call today, on the session today. It's great affirmation that we're heading in the right direction by focusing on our people.
I can see all the yellow and red hearts there, Nigel, on the chat. And you're right, the best workplace recognition is really a validation of all the great things that you guys are doing for your people. It was only 3 months ago when we had the virtual reveal of the Philippines Best Workplaces 2022 list. Tell us about your and your employees' experience during that event. And I'm more curious to know as well as, what makes DHL Express Philippines unique among other DHL branches worldwide?
Yeah, I mean, I think I mentioned earlier, I mean, we were very, very excited to watch that live reveal on the 23rd of March, and I'm so grateful to be able to share such a memorable experience together this way. We got so many positive responses for our employees, and in fact, through our internal employee app, Smart Connect, there was a lot of a chat there. There was a lot of videos created, which showed how our employees thought that we were the best place to work. And these engagement activities in this Smart Connect garnered almost 2,700 comments and likes in just 2 weeks. I guess moving on to the Philippines, I mean, what makes us so different? I mean, I think we're connected by the Filipino values and the values that are unique to my colleagues here in the Philippines. I still awe in the Philippine hospitality. This is my 3rd time working in the Philippines, and as most of you know, the Philippines has been a very, very important or big part of my life. I mean, after all these years, I can still feel the warm greetings, the very Filipino way of supporting each other, that spirit of unity and cooperation. I think that's what makes us different in the Philippines compared to other DHL stations around the world. DHL Express has undergone massive changes over the last 20 years. And I'm thrilled to be part of the future growth and help lead that future expansion and carry on the great things that we've achieved over the past 20 years.
Yeah, the Filipino hospitality. What you shared was one of the key insights in our inaugural Philippines Best Workplaces report back in 2020. Philippines workplaces in general, not just certified companies, not just best workplaces, but in general, Philippine workplaces have a stronger sense of camaraderie as compared to other companies in Asia. That's what we found in that report. And I'm very glad that you're experiencing that in the Philippines right now. Nigel, if you had to pick one word, okay, to describe the workplace culture at DHL Express, what would that be and why?
Tony, I'll pick 2 words, but they're short words.
Okay. Yeah, I like to pick 2 words.
As one, I think as one really describes us. We are all connected, and that's whether we're within the Philippines or as a network. We work together as one, as we say, and it supports our purpose of connecting people and improving lives. So we continue to invest on tangible assets like infrastructure, our fleet, our air network, but we'll never stop investing in our most important asset, and that's our people. Right, so we have a team of motivated and engaged people working together as one, and we feel working together as one we can overcome any obstacles that face us, and haven't we had a few in the last 24 months anyway. So the motivation and engagement creates that passion to continue to give that great service quality that our loyal customers entrust in us, right? And that will help us ensure a profitable network, and then we can invest back in the people.
As one, two short, very short and simple words, yet it is powerful, and honestly, it's not easy to create, right? Like, help us understand better, Nigel. How do you do this? Let's talk about your strategies at DHL Express. In 2010, you introduced something called Focus, a strategy powered by our people. Can you tell us more about this strategy and the motivation behind implementing it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, strategy 2010. It's a very simple strategy actually, and I think it's that simplicity that has resulted in our success. The strategy is one that can be clearly understood by all levels of the organisation. As I touched on earlier, and as you can see on the screen, it just starts with motivated people, right? If we have these motivated people, we're going to give that great service quality. We want to give that great service quality. That service quality will lead to loyal customers. And I always say to the team, not just customers, loyal customers, right? And then having those loyal customers then is going to give us that profitable network to allow us to invest back in the business and, of course, invest back in our people. So it's those 4 pillars, those simple 4 pillars that I believe has led to our success in DHL Philippines over the years and will continue to be our backbone of our success for many more years to come.
It really sounds simple. You know, a fun fact about DHL's 4 pillars is that there is a song that represents each pillar. It was shown in that slide a while ago. Like, for example, Nigel spoke about motivated people, and the song for that is "Ain't No Mountain High Enough." The 4th pillar about having profitable network, and the song that they have for that is "Wanna Be a Billionaire." Again, simple but powerful. By associating the pillar to a song, DHL strategy is ingrained to the employees in a fun way. And of course, Filipinos love to sing, so that's a bonus. I'm sure they've memorized those songs. And I'm also sure that by now, whenever your employees hear those songs, it reminds them of DHL's strategies. Now, DHL's purpose is connecting people and improving lives. There are many research and articles right now written about the importance of having a sense of purpose. Like, our purpose serves as an anchor, especially during difficult times, right? But often the challenge is not really about articulating the purpose. The challenge is being able to live by that purpose. So share with us, Nigel, how do you equip and support your employees so that they can live by and deliver your purpose of connecting people and improving lives?
Yeah, sure, Tony. I thought you were going to ask me to sing one of those songs. I'm glad.
Go ahead.
No, it's okay. No problem. No problem. I haven't got my best singing voice on today, but yeah, I mean, how do we equip our people? I think our whole organisation strategy is focused on people, as you saw, the first pillar, and it's our people. Truly believe we are making a difference in the world in which we live, right? So it's every single package we say that we move around the globe in one way, shape, or form is connecting people, improving lives. So you can say that 70,000 vaccines that we've imported into the Philippines over the past months, we've helped the Philippines, or is it a birthday gift that we're sending from the Philippines to the US? In every single way, in every single parcel that we touch, we are making a difference to the world, right? So, together as one and with our values of respect and results, help deliver on that purpose of connecting people, improving lives. Also, our Certified International Specialist program gives our people the skills and the tools to ensure our purpose becomes a way of life in DHL Express.
I read about that, the Certified International Specialist program in your culture audit submission, and that's impressive. So tell us more about that, Nigel.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Certified International Specialist was a program that we developed many years ago through a training platform created by DHL Express. It's a learning journey designed to equip our people with the tools and knowledge to perform their roles within global standards. We say it's what makes us the world's most international company. It instills customer centricity in our organisation and supports our future success. CIS covers various training areas such as culture, knowledge, and even leadership training. We have a Certified International Manager Program, or CIM, and we also have SIM Supervisory Excellence Programs to develop our leaders of the future. We also provide general and specialised courses for people to do their jobs with competence and confidence. Just for example, the CIM Supervisory Program takes nearly 2 years to complete, as the lessons are very extensive and ensures that our leaders of the future have the right mindset to lead their teams. And actually, when they complete that journey, they go through a graduation ceremony, which gives our people a really great sense of pride, because they'll get their certification on stage and actually robe up and have the proper graduation ceremony as they would do in a tertiary education, and which is great because some of our employees haven't had the chance to do that in the past. And in fact, this CIM supervisory program was also recognised by the UK's Ofqual, which is an Office of Qualifications and Examinations within APEC, and it's recognised as an additional accredited postgraduate course. So, we're really also giving our supervisors that extra tertiary education they need to lead their teams.
That is really amazing. For an employee who didn't earn a degree to be given an opportunity to wear a toga, receive their certificate on stage, be witnessed by families and friends, that must be life-changing. And it's not just any certificate, like what you said, it is recognized as a postgraduate course. So it is really no surprise that when we asked your employees in the Trust Index survey, what is one thing that makes DHL Express a great place to work, employees spoke about the training and leadership opportunities there. So I want to read some employee testimonials lifted from Emprising, which is Great Place to Work's proprietary employee survey platform. So one of your employees says that DHL is a company that has a clear purpose of connecting people and improving lives. The training on staff and leadership development is strong, and everyone in the organization is competitive to achieve individual or team goals, most especially to provide great service quality to our valued customer. And another employee says, and I like this one too, the level of training done is tremendously encouraging, empowering, and contributes to my self-confidence and character. The benefits and support given to every employee are unwavering, full care and trust. So those are very powerful words. And I like that. It's not just equipping them on the job, but really building a person's confidence. So clearly, DHL Express doesn't only equip their employees to be better at the jobs. You equip your employees and raise better leaders in your organization. Moving to my next question, Nigel, as a country manager then for a leading workplace, what constitutes a 21st century leader, and how do you transform and equip your people to be one?
Yeah, Tony, it's not really rocket science, as they say. As a 21st century leader, as you'll hear from me a little bit in this session, that we need to balance our respect-focused behaviours with our results-focused behaviours. Gone are the days where it's just all about results-focused behaviours. We also need to be enabling leaders. And let me touch on the respect and results-focused behaviours just to clarify what they mean. Respect-focused behaviours include displaying genuine passion and energy, inspiring others, being open and approachable, which we find is very, very important in DHL Express, providing a great work environment, of course, and with the right equipment, admitting when you've made a mistake, delivering on your commitments and showing equal appreciation to all. And then we balance those respect-focused behaviours with our results-focused behaviours, which include being clear and up-to-date with what's needed to be achieved, communicating your expectations to others, remaining focused, resilient and optimistic, displaying a can-do attitude, focusing on providing coaching and feedback, giving regular recognition, monitoring progress and performance, and ensuring that the team promote and role model acceptable and ethical behaviours. So yeah, it's all about the balance of those two areas of respect and results.
Like that, balancing respect and results. And I think in one of the models, I've also seen that you are aiming for a balance between the head, the heart, and the guts. That's how you put it as well. A common pitfall in many organizations is that managers are promoted because of how well they do in their functional roles, right? Like they do very well, as a individual contributor. And then once they're promoted, there's that drastic shift where they are suddenly expected to lead a group of people. And leadership requires very different skill sets from when they were an individual contributor. According to Simon Sinek, I've been following this author of best-selling books on leadership. He said that leaders aren't the ones in charge. Leaders take care of the people who are in charge. So for organizations to succeed, they must successfully raise leaders. My next question then is, how does DHL Express develop leaders who have the right balance of respect and results?
Yeah, we come back to our CIS training platform, and our newly promoted leaders will all attend their first certified international manager program called the Successful 21st Century DHL Express Manager. And quite simply, this module is designed to help our leaders work with their teams to bring to life their roles as managers in delivering the focused strategy and creating more motivated people across the globe. So within this module, it's pretty simple. The leaders are taught how to build a feedback culture. We strongly believe in a feedback culture, not only feedback upwards, but also sort of downwards and sidewards, and also practicing the respect and results focused behaviours.
Many organizations of all sizes dream of creating a great workplace culture like DHL Express, Nigel. That's why we have very good turnout in this webinar. They wanted to learn that from you. What tips can you offer these companies?
Yeah, a few tips, I think, and this is basically how I've been sort of operating for quite a few years now in the various roles I've held, and most of our managers in our organisation are also operating the same. I think, firstly, we can't be a great place to work without being a safe place to work. I think, we can't underestimate how important safety is, particularly in an industry like our own. But of course, it cuts across many other industries. And we say, we can never give safety a day off. Number two is about our people and understanding that people are a key differentiator. We rely on and we involve people in their crucial decision making in our organisation. We also take ample time to listen to our people and encourage initiatives, right? I always say, just because you're wearing the suit and the tie doesn't mean that you've got all the great ideas. So we really encourage initiatives and ideas from our people. Respect and results, I think, we need to come back to that one as well. I think it's very, very important. I think, we really changed our attitudes when we learnt all about respect and results and just not focusing on results. And we also want to be enabling leaders, right, to help our people grow. So no more directive style, it's more of an enabling style. And then recognition. I think recognition is very, very important. It can be an award, or it can be a simple recognition like a greeting in the morning, right? I think people love to be recognised, and we should continue to do that, particularly recognising for a great job or recognising just that people is in your organisation.
These are great tips. Let me recap. Providing a safe place to work, recognizing people as the key differentiator, a culture where respect is as important as the results, and recognizing people where and when it is needed. So to me, the key here is recognizing people as the key differentiator. Unless you truly believe that, respect and recognition won't really happen. And it's been proven by a good number of Great Place to Work certified organizations worldwide that putting your people first is better for the business. Nigel, can you share any data to show that elevating employee experience at DHL Express influences business results?
We could correlate our employee engagement score, which we get annually, with our profitable network KPIs. There's definitely a correlation between motivated people and your end result, be it that revenue or your profits, your EBIT. We value employee development, discovering and promoting the potential of every one of our employees. And having that strong purpose and strong values is critical to keeping our people motivated. We have a very strong and clear strategy that our employees can relate to. Our purpose of connecting people, improving lives, is very, very relevant, as I mentioned earlier. These 4 words, connecting people, improving lives, always motivate us to deliver that great service quality. And our values of respect and results define us as a great place to work.
At Great Place to Work, we often say that building a great workplace culture is a journey. And that's what the graph clearly showed us. Like, it's a 10-year, I think about 10, 12 years journey that you're sharing with us, how your employees' engagement has improved. So to me, this is not only impressive, but it's very encouraging. It takes time to see the results from intangibles like workplace culture, putting your people first, relationship building. And those who are not ready to put in efforts and wait for it to bear fruit would easily give up and revert to driving short-term business results. Nigel, your employees' dedication to drive business results is also evident in the statement. Again, going back to the Trust Index survey, all of your employees, 100% of them say that DHL Express, they believe that customers would rate the services they deliver as excellent. So motivated employees, would, as you said in the pillars, right? It's about delivering excellence to the customers, and 100% of your employees believe that they do just that. COVID-19 pandemic has tremendously impacted us in many aspects of our lives. It has also brought many changes in organizations. Being the #1 best workplace in the Philippines, in Asia, and the world, I am curious, what are the key people challenges that you are experiencing? What have you observed in your workplace? And how do you plan to solve this moving forward?
Yeah, I think the challenges are probably similar to many other organisations. I think we have two major ones that spring to mind. One is the safety of our employees, and two is a little bit related, but health and well-being. So, as mentioned, safety is our #1 priority and something we're giving continuous focus. In fact, every meeting we have, a senior management meeting, starts with a safety slide. Across all functions, we ensure that everyone's aware of the implications of not following safety protocols, and we want to live and breathe safety. And it's not just like the environment, the warehouse environment, or the courier on the road driving the van or the truck. It's about the office. It's working from the office or even working from home. Stressing that we need to make sure that we're working in safe environments and being aware of how we're working, and how safety can impact our company or even our people. So we must give it the focus it deserves across all areas of the business. And health and well-being, the second one, of course, is our focus area. We need to make sure employees have the right resources and help needed to cope with uncertainties. And particularly, over the past 24 months, the pandemic has shown how we've had to implement many health and well-being protocols to ensure people and their families remain well. So aside from the PPE and the meals and the staff shuttles and everything else we've provided, we're still to this day conducting different sessions, whether it's to do with mental health or stress management, so people can deal with the new normal, both in their personal and their work life. Aside from that, we encourage a healthy life for all of our people, giving tips and etc. on how to maintain health and well-being, and we give support to those people who need such support. And finally, a very, very strong one for me is that work-life balance, because particularly in the pandemic time, with some of us working from home, that work-life balance has sort of gone out the window. So we need to ensure we're maintaining that work-life balance and try and stay off the laptop and the emails for certain periods of time to avoid any burnouts.
Yeah, thanks for sharing those. You're right. The challenges that you shared, it's not unique to DHL Express, and I think that's also encouraging for our audience right now to know. Companies, regardless of industry, employee population, whether they're certified great place to work, best workplace or not, employee safety, health and well-being, as well as work-life balance are key priorities. So somehow we can say that we're all in the same boat. A true leader would want their employees to experience a best day every day. I think that's one of the things that you aspire to have at DHL Express, and that's also one of the things that we've witnessed on the testimonials that your employees shared. They are having best day every day at work. And of course, we want this to translate to impressive growth for the business. So for my final question, Nigel, before we give the floor to our audience for their questions, what advice would you share with fellow leaders who are looking to replicate what DHL Express has achieved?
Yeah, Tony, I think, I've mentioned it several times, but we really attribute our success to our people. Right? Our success comes in that very simple recipe, starting with what we call our superstar people, people who really want to give that great service quality to our loyal customers. Developing our leaders so they get involved with their people, get close to their people and really know their people, help their people develop and help them realize their career aspirations. We are very open and transparent, and we're proud of that, and we really live the values of respect and results. So I've had 27 years, I think it's 27 years nearly with this company, and I'm really proud to say that I work for the greatest company in the Philippines and globally, and I put this down to one thing, and that's the people.
your people. Thanks for saying that again and again, Nigel. I think people are coming in here like, what's the secret? What is DHL's secret? And you really emphasize that more than enough throughout the session. It has been a great conversation. My two key takeaway from your advice, number one, is that believe and see that your people are superstars. I think until we as leaders truly believe and see our people as superstars, we won't really experience them as such. And second, as leaders, we need to be involved with our people, get close to them, and really know them. So to answer that question, what makes DHL Express the number one best workplace? To me, it is your unwavering commitment to these superstars. Nigel started the class saying that their key differentiator, and he ended the session by saying this as well, the key differentiator is their people and their simplicity and the strategy that makes it effective for them. So DHL Express is number one, clarity and purpose. Number two, they have a simple 4-pillar strategy that all employees understand and commit to and also sing to. 3, they raise 21st century leaders that demonstrate respect and results. And 4, DHL Express training platform goes beyond career development. We've seen it is life-changing, a dream come true for many of their certified international specialists. So all this motivate DHL Express's employees to giving great service quality, which leads to loyal customers and profitable network, making DHL Express the number one best workplace in the Philippines, in Asia, and the world. Thank you so much, Nigel. I'll be handing this back to Zoe for the audience's Q&A.
Thanks very much, Tony. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tony, and thank you very much, Nigel. So that was a wonderful conversation. I'm sure everyone in the audience agrees. We saw a lot of support from fellow DHL employees, and I think that that's just a testament to what was being taught today. So the last 10 minutes of this masterclass will be used for question and answer. We got a couple of questions coming in, so now's the time to ask them again if you have any questions on workplace culture, leadership, and employee engagement that you'd like to ask Nigel or Tony. Please feel free to type them into the chat box. Okay, so we've got a couple of questions in now. Our team is fielding them as we speak. I do encourage you to ask questions because this is a rare opportunity that you get to ask directly to a leader of a best workplace. All right, so I've got a question coming in. This one is from Jay. Some companies are contemplating about a 4-day work week and work from home arrangements. Employees may be divided on these topics. What would you advise to leaders? How can they approach this? The 4-day work week and work from home arrangements. Tony, I'm going to pass this on back to you first.
Yeah, I would want to say like, I wish that there's a formula around it, but just like what we learned from DHL Express, these are things that are unique per organization. Like what works for you, what works for your people. Number one, what are your employees saying? DHL Express, Nigel shared, and we also shared the Trust Index survey. What are the things that employees are going through right now? And then from there, you'd be able to have a cue, like how are you going to respond to it? Is it something that works for your organization? And of course, any leader also faced to answer a question of how does this impact the business? How are we going to look after the customers? Are we able to deliver still excellent results and commitment to our customers? Should we shift to this? I think all of this should be looked into by the leadership team and openly communicated to your employees. That's my take. Nigel, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this as well.
Just make it, you can hear me okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I agree with that. I think each business is different. DHL Express, we operate 24/7, so a 4-day week would result in a few unhappy customers, unfortunately. But yeah, and then the work from home is something that we're actually dealing with at the moment, where I'm basically empowering my senior management team, the head of each function, to decide on what's the best setup for their own function. Now, during this whole pandemic, we've had to have some people work from the office because they cannot work from home, right? It's just it's just not an environment where they can work from, so they've been working from the office. So we've been taking care of these people throughout the whole pandemic. Now we're starting to look at people wanting to come back to work. Some prefer not to. So again, it's a personal. It really depends on your business, on how you want to set up your business. Now, I feel like I think we've missed a little bit by working remotely, particularly in some functions. So I'm encouraging some functions to come back to work. Of course, our couriers and our people out at the airport, the warehouse environment, have been working non-stop during this whole COVID. So it's more the office-based people. I think even my own company here, I've got to look at each function differently. So it's really up to the management team to decide what's best for your own organisation. So I don't have a firm answer for that. Because I'm still grappling with an answer for my own company at the moment. So I hope that helps.
Indeed, Nigel. Thank you very much for answering that. We've got also a couple of questions that revolve around the hybrid work setup. So Nigel kind of touched on this, but one question in particular is quite interesting. It's very simple and it kind of bounces back to what you mentioned earlier. How do you keep your people motivated from afar? How do you keep them motivated from where they're working right now?
Well, I mean, let's thank the makers for things like Zoom and Microsoft Teams and all that. You know, when we got introduced to Zoom back 2 years ago, we really didn't know the power of Zoom. And I know, you know, we still meet as a business continuity group every single morning at 9 a.m. And I know my functional leads are talking to their teams day in, day out. And then where I can, I'm getting around to the facilities, practicing all the protocols. But it has been a challenge to now we're sort of getting out of the seriousness of COVID, and we're sort of getting back to a normal. But we've still got to stay close to our people. We realised some people, for example, were getting frustrated when it came to technology from their home spaces. It wasn't that good. So thanks to a really great IT team I have, we made sure that they had enough equipment, they had the right equipment, they had the right signal, the right network, they were using the right provider, so they could do their jobs successfully. And again, their functional leads and their supervisors and managers touching base with them regularly. I think something we did, which may or may not be related to the question, which I'm very proud of. Every single case of COVID that we had, we called them every single week to check on their well-being, me and my HR head and the functional head, which I think, really also motivates people, particularly when they're, down and out, unfortunately contracting COVID. So, I think there's many, many ways in which we can continue to motivate people. We don't have to be standing in front of people. I've just conducted 16 town halls across the country, most of which have been virtual, but still the message gets through. The teams, you can see they're still pumped up and motivated and engaged. I think we just need to continue leveraging on technology and where possible, get out back on the road and start meeting people face to face.
So I want to jump right in. I saw a question that I really, really want Nigel to answer, because I've been to other webinars and this is also one of the questions. Typically this would come from HR, so I don't know really background of the attendee who asked this, but the question is, one of the challenges to becoming a great place to work the great place to work is the cost involved in changing the culture and changing competencies of employees. How can they convince the leadership and their executives in investing and sustaining and driving change so that they can create a great workplace culture?
I'm struggling to sort of understand what sort of cost would be involved. Maybe I don't get the gist of the question, but I think with our learning platform that we have, and that very simple first 21st century manager training that we all went through as managers really changed our perspective as being managers, from directive to enabling and balancing that respect and results. But I think we were lucky enough that we had that training, and it was produced from the centre up in Germany. But I don't think, I think, individually, I guess there are training programs that you could come up with that wouldn't be would be more cost effective, I guess, if you're a smaller organisation. Just changing the mindset the managers, and really being able to trust in your people, and now enable your people, really goes a long way in motivating them. But I'm not exactly sure. I mean, aside from producing a training program and developing managers, which you may, for example, send them off to a third-party type training. I'm not sure what other costs, but I think, I mean, it depends on the organisation, but I think the costs are well worth it. I mean, I've seen benefits over the 27 years that I've been with DHL, and the changes that such training programs reap for the management team, and of course then your employees.
Thanks, Nigel. I think I want to echo what you said, that it's really changing the mindset, building that trust. Sometimes you think like it's a big investment, but really it's how we work, how we interact with people, and yeah, in our own way as leaders, and even as employees, we have that we can be empowered to create that trusting culture in an organization, and that requires no investment really. It's just that day-to-day interaction as well.
Yeah.
I think it's really also, what's the business case for these people to go to their leadership team and say that, hey, it's important for us to create a great workplace culture. And like what you said, it's the long-term cost. The long-term cost of not having a great workplace culture, a low-trust organization, is higher than creating one. So yeah, thanks for answering that. So any other questions that you want to bring up?
I think that's good. We'll have to wrap it up, but we've got a number of questions still coming in, especially that talks about workplace culture. And it's interesting because it's kind of related to what I'm going to segue next. So first of all, I want to thank Nigel, and I want to thank DHL Express Philippines. I know there's a lot of you in the audience. I want to thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for dedicating an hour of your day to talk about how you've sustained a #1 best workplace and how it really starts with your people. All right. So we have a special treat for our certified community who's tuned in right now. If you are from a Great Place to Work certified company, please type in yes, in capital letters, YES on the chat. We want to know who here is a Great Place to Work certified proudly. So in case you missed it, we are holding our first in-person networking event at Hilton, Manila. So this is entitled Greater, Bound for Recovery, and it's happening this July 20. Now, this is a rare opportunity that aims to gather like-minded leaders who value workplace culture and make it their priority to care for their people. A Great Place to Work is the global authority on workplace culture after all. And if I'm not mistaken, Nigel may make an appearance at this event. We'll see. So we're excited to have that come together. If you'd like to join us on this day at Hilton, ready your screenshots. If you haven't received an invite yet, it's at Philippines@greatplacetowork.com. Make sure you reach out just in case your invite got lost. And if your company isn't certified, well, there's still time. There were a couple of questions about how they can get certified. How can they become a Great Place to Work certified company? Well, if you'd like to join us also on that special day for our event, before DHL Express became a best workplace, they were first Great Place to Work certified. Getting certified all starts with a survey. So a couple of people were also asking, how does this work? We'll be happy to walk you through it. So we also have an upcoming webinar that we hold bi-monthly. It's our Get Certified webinar. You can check out the link in the chat box right now to get started, and we can get you powerful insights on your workplace culture. This is how you can measure how your employees feel without having to guess. So if you act fast and get certified this June 2022, which is still possible, then you can definitely join us for our networking event in July. So again, this is the first time we're holding this event. So if you're looking for a sign to get certified, let's try to expedite those forms and launch your survey. So last but not least, you can head on over to greatplacetowork.com.ph for more information. We are also at Great Place to Work PH on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Now, for DHL Express Philippines, as part of its commitment to sustainability and the environment, DHL Express has pledged to donate 5 pesos to Haribon Foundation for every shipment made from April 9 to June 30. So customers who will ship with DHL Express Philippines during this period will also have a chance to win up to 10,000 pesos worth of food e-vouchers. All you have to do is make an international shipment from the Philippines through DHL Express service points or DHL Express partners. And after making this shipment, a DHL Express representative will provide the link to register. Now, this is all a demonstration of DHL Express's support for Haribon Foundation's Adopt a Seedling Reforestation Program, which aims to rehabilitate 1 million hectares of degraded Philippine forests through the planting of indigenous trees. And this tree planting collaboration with Haribon is a part of the company's long-term mission of protecting biodiversity and ecosystems. So once again, my name is Zoe Rosal. I am a radio DJ from the station Magic 89.9, and I'm also the creative and content manager for Great Place to Work Philippines. On behalf of our speakers today, I'd like to thank you so much for being here and have a greater day ahead. Goodbye, everyone, and good afternoon.